Hey guys. Much better. Part 2. Part 2. Last night, there was a lot of streaming going on. A lot of people were streaming. I needed to rest a little bit, and I got my rest. So we're here early. It is 11 a.m. New York or Eastern, but that would mean what? Over in Cali, it's got to be 8 a.m. Perfect time to stream early in the morning. And hello to everybody from South Africa or over on the other side of the world that actually make it to the stream this time, because we've streamed a little early. That's why I like doing these kind of streams. So welcome. Hello, everybody. Hey, Tom, just got done talking to you. C-Star, Dumpy Dump MGL, Becca, yeah. Katie, Leah, Kathy P, of course. Hey, Glow. Hey, C. Okay. Just wanted to say hi really quick. Now, we've already gone through the article, but what I want to do is make sure at the beginning of the stream, I want to hit some key parts of the article. That's why when we went through it, I highlighted certain things. Of course, one of the main things that you can look at in this article, I do hope that all of you will take the time to read it and share it, because what it does, or maybe just put it in your pocket. Maybe just put it in your pocket, because if somebody out there wants to argue with you about one of the tragedy pimps, especially Bullhorn Betty, or anyone that she's allied with, anyone that she actually works with, this is the perfect article to send them, because it's from the mainstream media. It's from the author, Kathleen Hale, who I believe did an excellent job. I really like the way it was written, too. It's very entertaining to go through. It's not that boring or whatever. Did you see the author of this article will be on a channel later? No, Ms. Leah. Do you know which channel? Because I'd love to have them come on. Also, I didn't know they did interviews, but I would love to reach out to her and offer her to come on the channel and just kind of answer some questions for us, or let us know what they think after kind of experiencing this, and maybe ask them about some of the things that we've seen that we wonder if other people out there have even seen or anything. Dang it, I didn't put this out on Twitter. Let me go ahead and do that. I need to put this on Twitter. Okay, so let me do that real fast. I can do it in seconds. If you look here, a couple of the main things is that News Nation or Banfield is named as someone who is stoking the flames of conspiracy theory. That's interesting. It does list Brian Enton as somebody they interview with. It also lists Brian as kind of a good figure. I don't believe they listed Brian Enton as a bad figure. I don't see Brian as a bad figure. Most of you guys know that I actually respect Brian Enton for having ethics in journalism, actually following the ethics that journalists should follow, as most of you know. So if we go down the article, we get to this is the house where it happened, discussing them interviewing Enton, him being there. We're not going to go over that again, but somber, cold, the snow, the just really, I don't know how to really describe this, but very scary looking. Puts it into new terms seeing it from this angle. And now I understand why, if someone screamed, if something like that happened, it shows you more of the distance between this house and this house. Because in previous pictures or on the news, from the angles they gave us, it looked like that this house was right next to the house that it happened in, which obviously it's not. They bring up armchair detectives, people who sift through social media for any possible clue, and in a vacuum of information from Moscow police, their voices are louder than ever. As in, many people are trying to seek out whatever information they can find. And armchair detectives, while some may actually follow some type of ethics, unbiased reporting, most of them actually are just in it for the money, and they're going to try to make anything seem mysterious, anything seem like it's a point, and then later on, if they're wrong, they're just going to say, oh well, who cares, I was guessing, I was joking, or whatever it may be. Though this is the main thing, we've been criticizing a group of what we call tragedy Peemps. Of course, I have to call them that so that the YouTube algorithm doesn't get me, because they don't like the P-I-M-P word. But if you look, right here is one of the main people that we criticize and have been criticizing lately. Also, the people that she hangs out with, the things that they do. They always want to convince everybody they're doing the right thing, they're doing a good thing. And as you know, and as you've seen, that's just not true. And this article does a lot to basically show that our criticisms were valid. We actually, and you don't always get the mainstream media backing you up, or even a figure that is involved in the mainstream media backing you up. So no, it's not a default kind of thing like, oh, haha, we win. But it definitely goes to show that the breadth of the article, not just that she's mentioned, not just that it names her, the breadth of the article, the actual proof the article gives, the article builds credibility in its narrative. It's fact-checkable narrative. Narratives that cannot be fact-checked, of course, do not have credibility. These are the things that matter. Don't let the illusion, these little tricks people play, where they attempt to appear like they have some form of journalistic credibility, get you. That's what Betty does. And we're not going to read through it. If you want to see us read through this, you can look at our extended long live stream where Navy and I just were really just going, we were going off the rails. I don't know, y'all. Like, I know some of you like it when me and Navy go off the rails. Oh, guys, hit the like button as you're coming in if you don't mind. It'll help more of the peeps come in to see us. Some of you enjoy it when Navy and I go off the rails. Others think that we repeat ourselves too much. They think that we complain too much. And the thing is, I'll agree with you. That's why during those streams, when that is happening, you know, I'm telling you guys, like, that I'm getting tired of the topic. I'm getting tired of this in general. And that's why, because we do repeat ourselves sometimes because more people come into the stream. But as you saw with our last stream, we were kind of raging. We were kind of out there. So there's the end of our first segment. Trying to just barrel through it, giving you guys a little bit of our last stream condensed down. What we want to do now, we didn't really get to see a lot of it, so now we're going to go over here and we're going to take a look at what Bullhorn Betty said about that article, because we didn't get to get through a lot of it. But don't worry, we're going to do this fast so that we can move on to the other things that we have here. Is this Betty's channel? Bedhead Betty has a message? Where the hell is it? Don't tell me she fucking... Was it live? Is that why? Here we go. Here we go. So her response to Vanity Fair was an angry response. The channel name she's going on. I did not. I'm so sorry, Miss Leah. I was talking. Can you retype it for me? I apologize. It's early. I'm sorry. Can you retype it for me? Because I'd love to pull it up. I want to make sure that I give an opinion on it. True Crime Rocket Science. Thank you, Miss Leah. Let me go ahead and subscribe to that channel and get it ready. Maybe I can grab a link for it. Oh shit, they're live now? Oh no, 11 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna get notified. Me sub here. Let me grab the link and let me put the link in my room, because if I put it in my room, that'll make sure that I have it. All right, we got her now. Let me jump back over to the general room because I want to be in general chat in case any of you guys need me. All right. Who has provided the best coverage of the Idaho issue? News Nation, Enton, other ones. My favorite YouTube channel, Enton, definitely. Enton, definitely. I don't know of many YouTube channels that have provided any kind of good coverage. You guys can let me know if there are some. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I would like, you know, you guys to let me know if there is a channel that does cover the Idaho issue in a good way. I think people are too easily led and too easily fooled. But one thing I've got experience in here on the internet is that if people criticize it, and if their communities criticize it, it wakes people up fast. When people are faced with the facts, it wakes them up. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
He doesn't like me.
Definitely JLR. Definitely.
That's okay. Kathleen, I went ahead and sent you a message anyways. I sent you an email, honey. Hopefully you call me back. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. But before we get into the whole Vanity Fair
So I want you to follow, while we go through this quickly, the absolute narcissism. The way that she, and we talked about this a little bit on our stream, but we're going to skip through this, but the way that she is narcissistic, everything is about herself, everything is a deflection, everything is an excuse, never really answering any of the criticisms of the article, instead acting as if this Kathleen woman has something personal against Betty. That's the narcissism. And it happens across YouTube. It's actually very common. People will attempt, when they get criticized, to constantly, it's almost every single time, I mean it, every time. We call something out someone's done, we have a criticism of a fundraiser, we have a criticism of something else. The main thing they'll do is act as if you're personally attacking them. That is a function of narcissism. They don't have to be a narcissist to exhibit narcissistic behavior, especially as a defense mechanism against criticism. But you'll notice Betty does this nonstop. Keep an eye out for these things. And of course, you know that I'm going to commentate and call it out, you know.
Fair and the love triangle between Vanity Fair, Brian Enton, and Bullhorn Betty that just went awry, right? We're going to get over to some good news. This is the power of YouTube.
You are just dreaming, Betty. You are just dreaming. And no, it's not a power of YouTube. This is a vulnerability of you. This is you manipulating people.
This is the power of social media. So yesterday we had a case. Her name was Chelsea Wiley, and we're hoping to bring her home safe. We're running it. You know, we cautioned.
You did not have a case. You are LARPing. You're faking. That's not having a case.
Our audience, you know, let's not get a knee-jerk reaction. Let's just, you know, wait. Let's see what's going on. We want to advocate. Okay, all right, Pebbles. I hear you. And you said email. Okay, let me see what we got in email. But you know, and it's one of the things that
you're not advocating either. When you advocate, you have a goal that you're working towards, and the behaviors you have work towards that goal. And because all you're interested in is drama, money, and furthering your agenda, no, you're advocating for yourself, not them.
Hold on, Pebbles. Did I see you come through? I will go through my emails. We use our platform doing. Thank you.
Now, I want you to really pay attention to how elated, the narcissistic kind of just bliss that she is trying to fake here. She's trying to fake bliss. She's mixing it to herself. And then really it's trying to accommodate, you heard Navy say it in the last stream, for what's called, and you can look this up if you need further information on it, a narcissistic injury. Her ego has been injured due to Kathleen writing the article, the truth being put out, the criticisms being validated through Kathleen's article and the work she did in it, injures Betty's ego, and this is the reaction. This is the way of her putting a band-aid, trying to make it look like she's fine, right?
God bless you, Mama Bear. God bless you. So we use our platform to advocate for a woman that was missing, and we...
No, you didn't at all.
...wanted to bring her home safe, and I cautioned, you know, all the audience.
Okay, you have to look at the effect you're having and then ask yourself, did it advocate for that person? And then if the answer is no, which it is with you in all of the stuff you cover, then you've got to say, well, what did I advocate for? What did I actually do? And if the answer is just enriching yourself, is if it's fighting with somebody, attacking someone, drama against somebody, then it's not you advocating.
Audience out here, you know,
for them.
Not to have a knee-jerk reaction. You know, yes, there's a lot of red flags. We can identify that there, you know, this story really didn't make sense.
You know what's funny is when I start going in and showing you red flags, all of them start to talk about red flags. If I don't mention something like that, you won't hear them mention something like that, right? They're watching my show.
And I cautioned everybody because truth is stranger than fiction.
Oh, she is seething, Nicole. Such a great word. That is what they do. They seethe. It's like a boiling pot of water, and they're trying to hide the fact that it's boiling over, right? They're trying to hide it. They're trying to make you not look at it.
And at the end of the day, we don't want somebody going through, because social media can be just nasty. There are just some people out there that like to do the conspiracy. Again, you have to not get up. You can't look at what you say,
right? You can, but what I'm saying is, like, once you're saying something and you're trying to promise something, or you're saying that you did something, we can actually check it, you know? And if you're lying, if you're not accomplishing what you're claiming to accomplish, we're not going to give it to you. You're the troll. You're the one doing the majority of this with your friends.
Conspiracy theories that like to, you know, threaten people because they think it has to be true. And then they go out.
Notice that this is exactly what I've been saying about them. And again, after coming up with the red flag criticism or the red flag statement, she's moving into exactly what I say about them.
Attack, like, say, Paul, her boyfriend. They will be calling him saying, what did you do with her? We know you killed her. You're going down.
Yeah, and this is what you've caused, like when you covered Idaho and caused people to attack Dylan through what you did, and going at the other remaining, using the victims as, oh, why didn't you help me? And then you attacked Dylan constantly, causing people to go after Dylan. And this is funny because with Kathleen writing this article, you are scared that YouTube is going to peek into what you do. And thank God that YouTube is not going to look at, you know, your stuff you're doing now. YouTube's going to look at what you've been doing. They're going to look at what you've already done. So your little thing where you're trying to put a little, you know, makeup over the monster here isn't going to work.
Oh, you know, pitchforks and, you know, the firing squad behind them, and, you know, just laser focused on something without having enough information to make heads or tails of it. A lot of people accuse me of that. A lot of people.
No, we don't accuse you of that. We have proven it's what you did. Let me give some examples. How about when you said that Brian Enton, when you said that Brian Koberger, the one responsible for the Idaho situation, according to police, he's been charged. You said that he was at this meetup or this rally walking around and stuff. How about when you were talking about, when you were putting focus on many of the other things that you were just completely wrong about, like the audio, and you never took it down. You just, because you wanted to keep the views, eventually changed the name of the live stream that the audio is in, right? How about all of the clickbait tactics, all of what we've called you out for systematically, to where you have not covered a single solitary thing about Idaho and had it turn out to be true or relative or anything more than you clickbaiting views?
People accuse me of that, and that couldn't be further from the truth, because
you're lying. What we did was prove it. So again, an example of you just saying something and thinking that it's going to be true. That's what you're doing here. You're just gaslighting. You're just lying.
Actually do the work here before we open our mouths, especially when we're, to place blame on somebody, we have to have overwhelming information here.
Wrong. See, you're not going to get away with this. You know, you try to insinuate things when you do this, what I just named with these examples, you try to insinuate, but you can tell that because of the behavior that you take when you're notified that you're wrong. How about when we found the source of the audio? So we showed you the audio actually came from a TikTok video from November, not from the actual, you know, incident like you were claiming it was. And we proved that. You didn't go back and even tell your audience, but you did change the name of the stream, which tells us you know that you were exposed for using fake audio, though you wanted to keep the benefits of the fake audio. So that all of this that I'm naming completely exposes you as a gaslighter and a liar here, because it shows intent. I'm making sure that I show the intent you had with the actions you took.
To point a finger at a specific person, period. And I know the haters try to act like we don't know what we're doing. But
No. We've proven that you don't know what you're doing. It's not that we're making it look like anything. J-Dub says they have blamed the Wells for months with no proof, among many others in other cases. Thank you for keeping the truth out here, Uni. Anytime. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. And again, you are correct. This is just one story that's in the current mind of the public. We could roll back to everything they've ever covered. It's all exactly the same. And yet, and she's the one that got a man fired from his job because he didn't want to do an interview with her. He didn't want to meet with her. And he was a family member of one of the victims. So she is someone who ruins lives. She is someone who goes out and she tries to do things behind the scenes to get even with people, attack people, dox and lie and threaten and intimidate. And then she sits on her channel and does this. That's why I think it's very important that we look at this and we put focus on this, because later down the road, this will be another example of her doing this exact dangerous, against the terms of service of YouTube, against ethics, against morals, just purposely evil behavior against people that she just tries to hide, as you're seeing here, behind gaslighting and lies.
But every time, every case, we show and prove that, you know, we're not just willy-nilly and here for the clicks and the views. We are here to advocate for victims. We're here.
You know, it's weird that you say all of this right now, because again, when I ask you to judge me, when I ask you to tell, to figure out what I do on the platform, I refer you to all of my work, right? If I want to give you an exact circumstance, I will. And I'll tell you exactly where to go, exactly what streams to look at, or I'll just tell you to go look at anything I've done, then make up your mind on what I do. She, on the other hand, just wants to tell you. She won't even bring up or address how everything that she's done is false. And you can't find a real example. Let's just focus to the Idaho situation. You could do what the audience is saying and look at the Wells situation also, and it'll be exactly the same. So I'm sorry, Betty, but I do appreciate you doing this, because not only does Vanity Fair give us more credibility, not just the fact that the article was written, but everything I've named about the article, the facts of it, has given us has shown that we're valid in what we've said and done. Though you behaving like this in response to it even more proves what we've been saying the whole time. And I don't want you to just hear my words. I want you to fact check me. That's the worst thing you could ever do for Betty. When you hear her saying this stuff, fact check her. That is her kryptonite, because when you do fact check her, you realize fake audio, lies that are never corrected. It's not like, I don't give anybody hate for getting duped. Somebody going in and putting fake audio up. If you just go back to your channel and tell people, hey guys, I gave you that audio the other day. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that audio, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to actually apologize to everyone. I'm going to do better work in the future. I had a mistake or anything. These aren't things that she's ever said or done. Thank you, J-Dub. There it is. These aren't things that she's ever said or done. As all of you know, they will never admit when they're wrong. But then again, it's even further than that. She just said she's not about the views or the money. Well, that's why you changed the name of the video instead of taking it down. It's why you didn't even put anything in the description or the pinned comments that audio that was in that video was wrong. So according to you, if we just look at what is out there, what your literal voice, the record of it, you still believe that audio came from the scene. You still have ignored the fact that we've proven where the audio really did come from. Which I don't know why she doesn't give us massive credit for that, right? Now, again, it was someone on social media who did it. They actually heard the audio and said, oh my God, that's my audio. But our people found the fact that this person had proven this, and we brought it to our show. We didn't miss it out in the sea of social media. This is what Betty says she does, but in reality, the debunkers of Betty actually do it, right?
Make sure that justice is served by anybody that violates somebody's rights.
You make sure. Now, we got to follow this. You're saying that you make sure that justice is served for anyone who violates someone else's rights. Really now? You make sure that, number one, you've never gotten justice for anybody on anything. Number two, the amount of injustices that you have perpetrated against people because of your work, because of people criticizing it, is innumerable. I will definitely bring up nonsense. And you doxed her. You found out where she lived. You found out her phone number. You called her and you left her a message where you threatened her and then dropped her previous addresses. That is on my channel and Nonsense's channel, so it's proof. Why don't you actually acknowledge these things? Do you really think this is going to work? You just sitting here saying the opposite of what you do? Do you really think it? Well, now we know why your life is like it is, why you're in the position that you're in your life. because you just think that you can go around abusing people and then go, I don't abuse people. You think you can go around taking from people. I don't take. You can go around lying to your audience so that they'll donate to you and then say, I'm not stealing from them. It's not fraud. It's not wrong. Now we get it. Now we get why it's so easy for you.
And a lot of this stuff is, you know, children. And obviously we're putting stuff in motion right now to help the children.
See, if I tell you what I've done, I will directly refer you to where you can see evidence of it. But I never claim anything like this, that we're saving the kids or something. I don't claim that. I'll tell you that we're exposing the fraud raisers, exposing their lies and things. And you can go look at the videos where we have done exactly that, just like this video. You don't do anything for kids other than harass them. You support H.O. Williams, who just went to a children's hospital and tried to illegally enter it. You go into a neighborhood and you use the bullhorn to the point that the kids couldn't stay in the neighborhood because they wouldn't be able to sleep to get up for school in time, and where the elderly people there that were on hospice had to change locations so that they could rest. Literally because you wanted to scream at someone who didn't even commit a crime, who was innocent of any crimes. So again, you're just saying these things because you are guilty, because you feel bad. This is like someone accused of murder going on a spree everywhere they go, every store that they go into, every bar they enter, every public situation. They're convincing everybody they didn't kill anyone. That is what you're doing. But it's just, you didn't, instead of killing people, you just abuse them, you just lie, you just cause public outrage, you just do all these other things, you just take money. So disgusting, but it's so easy for you, isn't it? Pathological liar.
I've got a meeting today.
On display. You've got a meeting today, do you?
With attorneys in Tennessee to help, guide a conversation about what we can do for our children. And
You've got meetings with attorneys in Tennessee to help guide a conversations about what you can do to help children. Do you have children, Betty? I mean, it doesn't really affect this conversation too much, but does she have kids? And we know that you actually have been in trouble to the point of hitting kids, that you had them taken out of your care. So is this you compensating for these things that have happened in your life? Is that what this is? Because I have no clue why you LARP like this.
I go through this over and over again with people that are willing to hear and talk to me. And that's really, at the end of the day, we advocate. It's not just about the storyline. It's about...
advocating is not just empty words on a screen so that hopefully someone will believe you and give you money. Advocating is being selective and appropriate at where you speak your words so that there will be some kind of effect, which you don't do. And because the things you do literally lead to you becoming enriched and lead to you gaining something instead of children being advocated for, you factually are just advocating for yourself.
It's about the avocation that comes with it, just like it's not about me complaining.
She doesn't have any kids. And then the stepkids that she used to care for were taken out of her care because she hit them so much, which I just don't understand. Like, I literally, this is a monster in front of you who can't cope with their own reality. This is a monster that can't cope with their own actions. And their mind, in order to cope with what they've done, have created a reporter and created a children's advocate, which is a fake personality. It's like a multiple personality thing. You got the real Bullhorn Betty. That's the doxer, the person that screams and yells. And then you've got the fake personality she becomes when people start to criticize her. This is beyond normal narcissism. This is like subconscious, dangerous kind of narcissism here.
I've got to complain about something. I better be doing action to overcome that complaint. If I think something is wrong, for me.
Did I even shout out anything? Did I even do the intro? I'm in such a hurry today. I didn't even do my intro. Y'all, it is 3/11 of 2023. I am broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. As always, wherever you're from is glorious too and gorgeous too. And you can support me. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's paypal.me/UniRock or # UniRock on CASHAPP, UniRachel, # UniRachel. Of course, you don't have to donate to support us. You can support us by watching, liking, and subscribing to ROCKALOT and UNIROCK2 on YouTube. Got me? All right, let's get back to it. I get ahead of myself. I get ahead of myself. Oh, Lord. Our internet's acting funny today. If you guys get any buffering, I'm not going off the air, okay? She does. She does. She hates herself so much. She hates what she's become. And she's created a different kind of personality. She's created a excuse, a way for her. It makes her feel less guilty if she creates the fake Betty that she puts out there.
Then I'm not going to ask my neighbor to go fight for my behalf. I'm going to do it myself.
No, I did have a little bit of an internet hiccup. Yeah, little bit of an internet hiccup. We are here. Just small internet hiccup. If that happens, guys, we'll come right back in and it won't affect the replay at all. It's just there's been some really bad weather around us, so our internet is being a little bit funky. Internet's being a little bit funky.
So if people don't like what we are doing, you're more than welcome to get off your butt and go do it better and go do it differently and stuff like that. I
am doing it better. I am doing it differently. It's exactly what I'm doing. Because I am proving that you are actually doing all the things I've said, from being someone that inconveniences to the point of harassment and to the point of harassing neighborhoods, how you're lying to the people that watch you about your advocating and everything you have just to get money from them, to make them think you're doing something good so they fund you. I'm exposing the LARP, but I'm also exposing the con, the e-bag of it. Okay? There's a difference. If you're up here telling people lies about what you're doing and what you do, and then expecting them to donate, that is a con job. That is a scam. So you should just be telling people that you're doing a show, and you tell people that I'm going to go out and do this and say this, and then wait and see what effect you have. And then if you have an effect where you help kids, or you have an effect where you've advocated for something, then come in and tell it. But instead, you just tell people that you're doing it. There is never an effect from it that accomplishes what you say you've done. And then you expect money and praise for the thing that you didn't do. That's the issue. I am doing what you claim to be doing, but I'm doing it by doing a YouTube show that exposes your lies. So I am.
The problem is they won't. So anyway.
No, I just explained how I am.
Getting back to this, we advocate for people. Chelsea Wiley was found. She was found yesterday. Why? Because social media reaches a lot further.
Don't even try to act like that you found this person. Don't even try to act like you found this person. That you somehow helped find this person or something. Don't even go there.
In mainstream media, everybody has YouTube on their phones. Most of the phones come with YouTube built into the phones.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that this person was found because of YouTube?
Most of them come standard with the app of Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell me I'm lying.
What does that have to do with anything? Because you literally would have to go and subscribe to people that are talking about what's happening before there would be anything there.
Already preset, okay? What they don't have on their phones, they don't have CNN, Fox News. Those don't come standard, right?
Yes, they do. They are on YouTube. What are you talking about?
Right? News Nation.
Do you know that all of those news sources pop up before anyone else, right? She is so mad, Nada. Just wait. Oh, just wait. The super villain Betty the Choker comes out a lot in this.
Doesn't come standard. Local news doesn't come standard on your phone, but what you do find on your phone.
Actually, it comes standard through YouTube when you create an account until you tell it differently. So again, you have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Phone is social media. I did not.
Our internet is acting funky, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. It's due to weather. It's due to the winds and things that have been going on lately. So we are having a little bit of issue with our internet signal, but we're still, it's still good enough to stream. It's just going to be a little blurry, okay?
Read, Amy, where she was found at, but we do know she was found, and she was found safely. As of
Wait, you don't know how she was found, you don't know where or anything like that, so how in the world are you claiming that you did something to help find this person?
Yesterday, we made sure we talked about it on some channels. I even went over to JLR. I don't really, just like JLR doesn't really come over here, I don't really go over to JLR's channel too much. But he was talking. I saw him on his live, just like I do with Dolly. If I find a case, I'll pop into the chat and say, hey, new case, new case. I really, truly believe it was the avocation of social media like...
Believe. You just told people it was the truth. This is one of the worst problems with you. You take things that you put them out as fact because that's you. You have been doing this for so long where you take things that aren't true about yourself and put them out as fact that you don't even know how to not do it anymore. That's why it's pathological. Look up the word, Betty. You can't help it. It's natural for you to lie, to take things that aren't true and present them as fact. You've done it with yourself so much, with the fiber of your being, it is impossible for you to deliver the difference in opinion and fact. Which, by the way, it's ironic because that's what you claim all of us do, even though we are experts at delivering fact and opinion and making sure you know which is fact and which is opinion.
T-Rev and others that were talking about this case that finally got it to the attention.
All right, I'm going to need to give it just a second to see if our internet comes back up a little. Give it just a minute, y'all. I don't want to, you know, my internet's a little low, so I'm going to just let it chill here. Let me talk to you guys here for a second. I'm going to go through the chat while I try to see if our internet will stabilize, okay? So let's do that. And unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry, but I am going to do the, you know, shilling, the advertising part of my show while I'm waiting on the internet. Okay, is it coming back in? Okay, we lost our video signal, but we kept our audio signal. Okay, just give it a minute. And while I'm waiting on it to stabilize, I'm going to share our links to our show and do all that now, just so I don't have to do it later, okay? I usually wait until I see more people coming in to share my links. I'm not seeing that right now, but because I have to take a break, I'm just going to share it. PayPal and Cash App, they're in the chat. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. We need to give ourselves at least a minute for the signals to, you know. This isn't good. Let me see if there's anything I can do to fix this. All right, guys, I think my audio is still good. My video is going to be really funky. Hold on, let me wait and see if we come back in at all. Here we go. Lord. Come on. Damn it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to have to restart. Consider supporting here. I'll start. Oh, hold on now. Wait. Now it's coming back. Now it's coming back. All right, hold on now. I was just about to hit the button. It is not your... You can hear me good. It's not your Wi-Fi. This is my side. But it's my internet. It's the internet in my town, in my area. We're back, so I guess let's give it a second. Let's give it a second, okay? Actually, I've seen the report. I have seen the report. There is a report. I believe it's in with the rest of her stuff. Let me just get it for you guys really quick, because I know I can get it from my chat. Can someone get me the that shows Betty had her ex's kids removed from care due to hitting them on the butt. So the reason, can we zoom in on her face? You sure can, but I got to restart my internet's out again. Damn it. Hey, we're restarting, guys. We are restarting. I'll only be down a couple minutes. We'll bring it back in a new stream. I'll schedule it as soon as I end. So give me about 2 minutes. We'll be on community tab. All right, there's no sense in me even keeping going right now, but I will restart everything and we'll be right back. We will be right back. I hope you can hear me. I don't think you can. Let me check. Care due to hitting. Okay, there we go. Damn it, bro. I got to do my work. I got to get my work done, internet.